Hello everyone, this is the Mayor of Gaming, and this is going to be the start of a new series that I'm going to try to do on a weekly basis, where I go around at all the different bundle sites and point out the ones I think are really good deals. And, figured, hey, if I can save you a bit of money and give you some awesome game, or, make you see some awesome games that you otherwise might have never have heard of, then yeah, sure, why the hell not? And, maybe give away some games of my own, because sometimes I get bundles and I got extra codes, and why the hell not? Share the love. So, starting off, we're going to the Indie Royale, or IndieRoyale.com, and looking at their Insulin bundle. First, I wasn't too sure about it. I didn't think it was going to be all that great, but then I started looking into some of the games. And the games that really stood out to me would be Goats on a Bridge, Crazy Cars, and Coma Mortuary. CoinCrypt also looks pretty cool. Pretty much what these games are, we have CoinCrypt, which is a randomly generated adventure game about magical coins. And it looks kind of like a isometric view randomly generated dungeon crawler, which, we see a lot of those, so, I was kind of but you're a lootmancer. You pretty much unlock power within coins and use them in duels. So your money is your power. So it sounded interesting enough to, kind of make me think, that, it's worth it for the price that they're asking. And just give it a try. Chronicles of the Dark Lord, Episode 2. I haven't played Episode 1, and looking at it, I don't think I will. This is probably the low point of this bundle. It looks like an RPG Maker game with a fancier interface, and I tend not to pay for RPG Maker games. Goats on a Bridge is the third one. This one actually intrigued me because I'm like, the hell is this? This doesn't sound like, anything neat at all. But apparently you control two goats at once, and you're making your way through, platforms and stuff like that. And, it looks kind of cool. It also looks hellaciously difficult. Plus the goats are cute, and that was kind of a deciding factor for me. Also, the gameplay looked challenging, addictive, and it's won a few awards, so I figured, again, price they're asking, why the hell not? Another one that caught my attention was Crazy Cars Hit the Road, because it advertises itself as a, an arcade racing game featuring major speed and sky-high jumps. You're going through traffic, avoiding cops, obstacles, things like that, and doing sick jumps, which there needs to be more of that in all racing games, if you were to ask me. I'm not one for racing sims. I like to get crazy. It's more fun. What really got me though was when I played the trailer. It had a song by The Offspring. And with the name, The Offspring, it immediately called back memories of Crazy Taxi, which honestly hasn't aged too well, but I still like to play it every so often just for, the feels, the nostalgia, Plus the cover of it has two cop cars flying at you in the background. Obviously they went off a jump, and who doesn't want that? So it looks like a punk rock fueled racing arcade game, and I haven't played it, don't know what the controls are like, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Next one was On a Roll 3D, which honestly doesn't look that spectacular to me. It's a colorful 3D platformer, and I don't know, it just didn't really catch my attention. I don't know. It might be something, because, you're getting all these as a bundle, so hey, it might end up being something you really enjoy. But for me, it's not what makes the bundle, makes it a must-buy. Coma Mortuary was the next one that actually looked somewhat interesting to me. It's a first-person exploration horror game, survival game. I'm not too sure, but based on what I get, or based on what I've seen, it looks like it's a kind of a more story-driven, not really horror, but wandering around the world of the dead, trying to find out, what happened. Pretty much your wife died, you commit suicide, and now you're in the world of the dead. So, could be some trippy stuff, might be neat. And the last one in this bundle is Hex Cells Infinite, which is a logic puzzle game, and I really like puzzles. It has a random puzzle generator, so, hey, you can get as many as you want out of it. Not too sure about it. Puzzle games I really enjoy most of the time, but sometimes, not really. It really depends on, I love Picross, or Picross, however you want to pronounce it. Not so big on, other puzzle games, though, so, might be cool, might not be. Again, part of the bundle. The whole bundle itself is $337 currently. It might go up, might go down. I'm not sure how this site does. I think it's a flat rate. So you get 7 games, 6 of them DRM free. All of them are available on Steam, I want to say. Yes, all of them, you get Steam codes for it. I'm guessing that's why they got the little Steam thing there. And it's going to be over in about 20 hours. So if you're seeing this video, this looks interesting to you, get on it. Okay. Next. Bundle Stars is a site that I did not know about until very recently. I'm kind of sad about this because it looks like they got some pretty amazing deals. The best one I've seen in a while on any bundle site. This one would be the Indie Legends Bundle, which is going on for about another 8 days. You get Monaco, which is kind of a top-down strategy heist game, great multiplayer. I played it for a bit, enjoyed my time with it, but I never really had anyone to play with, so I kind of gave up after a bit. It's pretty fun. If you got a group of people to play with, you can plan the perfect heist and have just a barrel of laughs. It's great. Single player, not too shabby, but not amazing. Next one is Speedrunners, which admittedly I have not played. Apparently it is a platformer type. Also, PewDiePie is sponsoring it, apparently, or he has a blurb on it. The most competitive game ever! 4-player ultra-competitive platforming with grappling hooks, rockets, power-ups to knock your friends off the screen and out of the game. Actually, that sounds pretty cool. I like speedrunning games. I'm not good at it by any means, but it's fun for me. So yeah, this might be neat. It looks like it's meant to appeal to that audience. I think I remember seeing this game, getting a lot of advertisement during ADGQ, or Awesome Games Done Quick. So, this might be something to take a look at. It doesn't really make the bundle for me, but it's a nice addition. Steam World Dig. I own this on the 3DS, and it is very addictive. It's kind of cool. Part Minecraft, part Metroidvania with some neat characters, some nice artwork. It's interesting. You got a bunch of robots. You go under this mining town, dig your way through the earth, gaining riches, while uncovering an ancient threat. So it's interesting. It's fun to play. And again, bundled with all this, it is definitely worth getting. Guacamelee is also in it, the Super Turbo Championship Edition, which has 2 new levels, Intenso mode, and more. And plus chickens, lots and lots of chickens. They're saying, speaking of Metroidvanias, this one is the definitive version of Guacamelee, which I love luchadors, and I love wrestling, and I like Guacamelee. It's pretty freaking awesome. This is the Super Turbo Championship Edition. You get more shit, and it's cheap. So, again, this is an amazing deal. Holy shit. Dive Kick. This is what made it for me. This is what made the bundle for me, because I am a fighting game nut. I'm not the best at them, but my god, I will play it for hours. Fighting games deconstructed into the purest form. Pretty much, I like to think of it as a very fancy way of having a thumb wrestling competition, if I had to guess. Because it's one hit, you just dive kick. It's a lot of fun. It's really addictive. This one, I've played a little bit of it, but I don't actually own it, so this is something I am definitely picking up. Kingdom Rush. I've played, I think, Kingdom Rush Frontiers on iOS, and I really enjoyed it. It's a tower defense game. It's It's a tower defense game. That's really all you need to know. You got heroes that you can put out. You got units that you can put out, as well as the regular towers. This one is a fantasy-based one with orcs, trolls, wizards, and, just save the kingdom. It's a tower defense game, but a very good one, actually. So, yeah. Giana Sisters, Twisted Dreams. I actually did a Let's Play of this game, and I really enjoyed my time with it. And for the price that they're asking, holy shit. Yeah, this plus all these other games. Yeah, this game is a great platformer. It's a bit short. Visuals are nice, and it's really cool because it has a mechanic where, because you swap between the sisters, and what happens is, like, when you swap, it changes the tone of the world from, like, a fantasy world to more of a nightmarish one. And it's really cool. It's a very fun game, very addictive. I loved it. I played it through in just a few days, actually, and then uploaded a Let's Play onto YouTube. It's great. There is a few nitpicky things wrong with it, but it's fun. I had a good time with it. It's notable that the Giana Sisters were once literally just clones of the Mario Brothers games. Like, it was more or less a palette swap. And now it's like its own, it feels like its own thing. And that's great. And lastly is The Fall, a game I have never heard of, but it actually looks pretty awesome. It kind of reminds me of games like, oh shit, what was it? It was a Delphi Software game. Flashback Quest for Identity. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. But I'm not too sure how much it is similar to that. But it looks interesting. It looks like a lot of fun. And it pretty much, you take the role of an artificial intelligence within a high-tech combat suit. And it's going to be, according to this, a disturbing journey. Dark, atmospheric, compelling story, fight, explore, and think your way forward. So this automatically looked amazing to me. So, and that wraps up this bundle. For $3.99, you get these 8 games, and holy shit, this is very much worth it. For Dive Kick alone, it's worth it. But when you throw in Giana Sisters, Guacamelee, SteamWorld Dig, and Monaco, and The Fall, which looks really intriguing, then, yeah, this is something to pick up. This is on Bundle Stars. I'll leave a link below, as I will with all of the other ones. So, yes, let's move on. Remember how I said Bundle Stars was kind of becoming one of my more noteworthy sites to go for bundles? This is another reason why. The Trinity 2 bundle, which ends in about 6 days from now. For $2.49, you get Postal 2, which is amazing on its own. Postal 2 is... Oh yeah, if you're living in New Zealand, by the way, you're not going to be able to get this legally, so yeah. Pretty much, it is a first-person shooter adventure where you play a week in the life of Postal Dude, an everyman that's just trying to get through the week and is constantly having a one of those days. It's a fun game. It's not a great game by any stretch of the imagination. Holy shit, is there things wrong with this game, technically wise, and just, yeah, no, this is a solid 6, maybe 5 out of 10 if we were to put it on a rating scale. However, this game is definitely worth a buy because, dear God, is it fun. Like, technically wise, not that great. Entertainment wise, this would get a 9 out of 10. Holy shit. Blast and chop your way through a freak show of American caricatures. You got a button to unzip your fly and piss all over people, for God's sake. This is a great game. This is funny. It's fun. The humor is dark, and the world is just a huge parody of American culture. It's great. And it actually just got a expansion, Paradise Lost, which I want to take a look at. It's an amazing game. It's old. The graphics are really dated, but they hold up. Also, you can decapitate Gary Coleman and piss on his face, so that's something. Rest in peace, little guy. Next, we have Capsized. I've never played Capsized. I own it. I've just never really tried it. I've heard it's really good. It gets a lot of good reviews. fast-paced 2D platformer focused on intense action, exploration, and beautiful hand-drawn environments. Well, shit, I don't know why I haven't played this. This sounds pretty good. Yes, you're on a mysterious planet, crash-landed, and you're looking for your crew and trying to save them. Sounds fun, looks fun. I don't know why I haven't played it. Might have to download it. Next is Circuits. It's a puzzle game. Piece together different parts of a song. Beautiful, minimal design, varied soundtrack. Looks neat. I wouldn't say this sells the bundle for me, but, nice little distraction. Dust Force DX. Again, holy shit, amazing game. This one is a speedrunner's dream. Run through a bunch of maps, touch... more or less, you're cleaning every surface that you see that has dust on it, which pretty much results in you running through levels as fast as you can, touching every surface that you can that has the dust on it. It's great. It's fun. It has an active community that make maps for the game, so you're not going to run out of levels anytime soon. And levels included in the game, 75. Because holy shit. The DX update includes 16 more maps, which is just more shit to deal with. It's great. And there's over, according to this, 109 community-made maps and a new music track. So, yeah, Dust Force. This is definitely... The price of this bundle is worth Dust Force alone. Holy crap. The Inner World Soundtrack Edition. Never played it. Couldn't tell you what it's like. It's a point and click. I like point and clicks. 5 chapters. Funny dialogue. Good puzzles. This is kind of another why the hell haven't I played this yet sort of thing. I own it too, I believe. Do I? I think I do. Yeah. I don't know. I get a lot of bundles. But yes, the Inner World Soundtrack Edition. This actually looks pretty interesting. The art style looks simplistic, but kind of in a humongous entertainment way where it's kind of charming at the same time, I might have to give this one a look. And, it's bundled with all these other amazing games, so why not? Defend Your Life. Tower defense game set in the human body. Actually sounds kind of cool. Tower defense game, I'm guessing you set up, antibodies, just, again, fight against viruses, bacteria. It sounds kind of cool, but it is just a tower defense game. But, might be cool, It does say that there is 17 epic battles in real human organs. I'm assuming that they mean the organs are based after real things and not, you're actually fighting in a actual human organ. But, I don't know, I haven't played it. Next, Maker's Edition. The Maker's Eden Soundtrack Edition. The Maker's Eden is a first-person hypertext adventure game presented in the style of a motion comic. This sounds interesting, and kind of on the same way that The Inner World sounded interesting, because I like adventure games, and I like puzzles and things. Play as a character trying to discover what their predefined purpose is in a science fiction, noir-inspired world, filled with androids, flying cars, and an early 20th century vibe. Ooh, so it looks a little gritty. That looks fun. And I was looking at some of the artwork for it, pretty solid. So, again, this isn't something I think I'd pick up by itself, but with this bundle, hell yeah, I'll give it a try. Neocolonialism. Play as a banker in this satirical strategy game. Extract as much wealth from the world as possible, or at least more than everyone else. Play solo or against the AI. Buy votes, make free trade, manipulate everything. It's interesting because it's a map of the world, but it's upside down. And I do like the tagline, which is simply ruin everything. Looks neat. I don't know. I'm not sure how much I would. I definitely wouldn't buy this on its own, but it might be something to take a look at if you're into games like Pandemic. I think it was Pandemic 2, or hell, I guess maybe even the board game Pandemic, because it looks similar to that. Or DEF CON. DEF CON was also another game that kind of looks similar to this, only the world's upside down, so it's different. Next, I really should make sure I can pronounce these names before I start recording. Anosema? I don't know. Story-based exploration game that puts you in control of scientist Dr. Bailey and his operations drone, Atma. Okay, so you're exploring the ocean floor and getting samples from the bowels of caves. 38 levels. Okay, so it's a level-based game. Unique sci-fi horror story that unfolds while you play. Interesting. So this looks pretty cool because I like exploration games. Blech, tongue-tied. And this looks pretty interesting. You know, I was watching some of the videos, not sure. Again, this isn't anything. I would not know about half of these games unless, you know, these bundles came around. So, and lastly, for this bundle, Roommates. This actually looks kind of funny, kind of a slice of life thing. I'm not quite sure what exactly it is. It looks kind of like a visual novel based thing. Play as either Max or Anne and make your way through the first year of their college experience at Latin House. Experience dorm life with 4 other tenants as they pick their class load, pick their jobs, and maybe even pick someone to have a little extracurricular fun with. It looks like a visual novel. Not sure. I'm just going off of what I'm seeing currently. But yeah, this bundle, $250 for all these games, is worth it for Postal. Well, you can get Postal for like $1 when it's on sale. But for Dust Force and Postal and all these others, holy shit, this is a great deal. Bundle Stars, keep doing what you're doing, man. This is good. These are real good. So, moving on to the next one. This one's kind of going to be a short one because after the $1 mark, I don't think there's anything worth getting. This is coming from the Indie Gala Hump Day bundle, which is going to be going on for only another 12 hours at the point of me reading this. So, or at the point of me saying this, rather. Not really reading anything, but... and the only reason I'm even bringing it up is because they have this awesome beat-em-up game in the $1 tier, which is called Kung Fu Strike: The Warrior's Rise. And it looks neat. It looks really neat. The other games in the $1, not so much. And they look kind of plain, a little drab. Not that great. But Kung Fu Strike is a action... it's an old-school beat-em-up. Looks like crazy combos. Awesome, just... awesome visuals. Go watch the trailer. Kung Fu Strike: The Warrior's Rise. Worth $1, definitely. And moving on. Indie Gala has always kind of been a hit or miss for me, and it's usually because they put a lot. They put like maybe 1 or 2 pretty good games in with a bunch of crap, and this one's no exception. However, the good games are actually pretty damn good. We have the Every Monday bundle, which, as you guessed it, refreshes every Monday. Bit Dungeon 2, which looks pretty cool. It's got a lot of great reviews on Steam. It's a roguelike with a giant overworld to explore. You're a spirit in an undead world of demons. Your loved one's grave has been desecrated. Fight through the corrupted lands and bring peace to their soul. Randomly generated dungeons. The dungeons are randomly placed in the overworld. So, yeah, the overworld's going to be different each time. Kind of think of it like the original Zelda game and how you had to seek out where the dungeons were. And you know how when you put in Zelda as the name and you got the second playthrough, you got, well, yeah, you play it, or when you're playing through on the second playthrough, the dungeons change position. Think of that, but only infinite. So I'm cool with that. It does have permadeath, where it seems like you only get one soul and only one chance to retrieve it when you die. So I'm thinking they're taking the Dark Souls route, where you die, you get a blood stain or whatever. But the difference is, if you die on your way back to get your soul, you're done. That's it. So, a lot of different, randomly generated items, difficult dungeon bosses, enemies with disgusting faces. Yes, and it says once you beat the game, it starts over. Play forever, become stronger than God. So, yeah, neat. Mighty Dungeons, it doesn't interest me. It doesn't look good. One Late Night was a game that's based, or it's a sequel or follow-up or whatever to a really neat horror game where you were just an office worker staying after hours with supernatural shit going on. Muscle Car Online looks like a pretty mediocre racer. I don't know. Orbit looks like a puzzle game of sort. Pretty much these games don't get much, Beyond Gravity, however, has gotten a few good reviews, and apparently it's pretty damn good. It's got a positive reaction on Steam, so that's always good. Everything's controlled by one key, procedurally generated levels, non-repetitive, never-ending fun, many goals and upgrades. And for me, what really drew me in was the art style. It looks very cartoonish, and that's something that I always enjoy. So for this one, it's $3, so it's a bit more expensive than some of the other ones, but not by much. I'd say Bit Dungeon 2 and Beyond Gravity are worth the $3. So let's move on. Next, we're going to Groupies for the Be Afraid, Someone's Going to Die bundle. Groupies is an interesting site because you not only get games, but you also can get comics and albums. So it's kind of neat. This one is a horror-based one, and some of the games look kind of meh, not that great, but not nothing that I'm going to be losing sleep over. One Night, which is a first-person survival horror with secrets to be discovered. You're a night watchman, and you are expected tonight to be the same as every other night, but it wasn't. Strangers broken into the building, and the dead silence of the night shift awaits you. I'm not sure if there's going to be a supernatural element to it. I think it's just like the night watchman and someone broke in, and yeah. So that could be interesting. I'm hoping it's not a Five Nights at Freddy's clone, but it might be because it looks like it has camera watching, but I'm not thinking it is because I don't know how it would be with, yeah. Dark Echo. This is actually a really interesting game. I've seen it on iOS. I'm wondering, is this one... Okay, this is just a DRM free download. Yes, Dark Echo. What it is, you can't see anything, and everything, you have to determine where you are based on sound. I know on the Android you would tap the screen or something like that, or, I guess with this one you'd click, and it would send out a shockwave of sound. However, there are also creatures looking for you that can tell where you're at based on the sound. So, it's actually a pretty interesting, juggling you needing to see and trying to hide. Then we got a couple of albums, which one of them is celebrating Halloween, here in here in April, but yeah. The other one is known for pretty much it's by the guy that made the he made the music for Slender Woods, which music I'm not too big on. A lot of indie stuff. I don't know. Next is Sea Legends Phantasmal Light. This one I don't know much about. It looks like it's a hidden object game. Hidden objects, solve puzzles, unravel the dark secrets. The only reason why this bundle is getting a lot of recommendation from me is the next game, Deadly Premonition: The Director's Cut. If you haven't played Deadly Premonition, get this. It's $2.50. It's amazing. It's weird. It's Twin Peaks, the video game. If you like Twin Peaks, you'll like this. It's odd. It's just weird. If you can't find this on sale or anything like that, and if you don't want to shell out full price for it, go to Super Great Friend. He's a YouTuber, and he has a full 100% playthrough of the original version. This is the director's cut, which adds more costumes, more special things, but yes. You're playing as Special Agent Francis York Morgan, but just call him York. Everyone else does. It's your job to investigate the brutal murder of a young local beauty in the town of Greenvale. Amidst the backdrop of soaring mountains in a small American suburb, York must solve the mystery of the Red Seed murders and stay alive in a place where supernatural creatures and a mysterious raincoat-clad, axe-wielding killer seek to end his investigation for good. Now, when you play the game, it starts off and you're thinking it's going to be a Resident Evil 4 clone. Holy shit, it's not. Most of the game involves you wandering around town, talking to people, investigating things, and taking part in a bunch of side quests and mini games. It's a lot of fun, and it's really intriguing. The story gets really interesting. Then we have piano music, which you can listen to. Yeah, all of these you can listen to previews of what it sounds like right on the site. And we also get Z-Time graphic novel, which, I don't know. Doesn't seem like it'd be my style of comic. But again, the most mysterious one we have, though, is a mystery game. Yes, mystery game. Don't know what it is. That's the fun of it. It could be anything. Could be Gary's day one incident or whatever. It could be something amazing. Don't know. But, hey. It's a chance you take. But you get it if you get Deadly Premonition, and I highly recommend that. Okay, next. And the last one we are looking at is also on Groupies. This is their Build a Greenlight 23, where you customize a bundle from 8 different games, and if those games are greenlit, you get a Steam key. It's neat. It is good, but however, there is the problem where if it gets greenlit, you get a key. You get a Steam key. I do think you get a DRM free download of it, but, there is a little risk there. And the cool thing about this bundle is the price changes depending on how much you want. For example, with this one, if you choose 3 games, the minimum price is $1.50. And if you want all of them, it becomes $3. So really, it's not that much. The standout games in this one, because there's a lot of just kind of Withstand is, that looks pretty cool. Withstand looks pretty neat. It's a platform puzzle game, heavy combat sections, minor adventure and Metroidvania elements. It's a steampunk-inspired world. It looks neat. Shapeshifters, obnoxious elves, and an insane dictator. Use wind magic and, on her epic quest to get ingredients for a smoothie. Gameplay in this one is what really stands out. It looks neat. It looks like a really fun, addictive style game. So, yeah. The other one that stood out to me would be Prism. You're a scout of the United Nations, or of the Human United Nations, rather. And it's a shooter, but the thing is, you're shooting always towards the center of the screen, which then, it's weird, because it, reflects your shots in different directions. And it actually looks pretty cool and really frantic. It's a bullet hell type thing from the looks of it. So that could be something awesome. Then there's one that doesn't really interest me, Project Tarvotan G1. I'm not too interested in that one, so I'm going to skip it. The other one is Super Slam Dunk Touchdown. Holy shit, this looks awesome. It is a retro-styled, couch-competitive, all-sports mashup. Every sport. All of them. Even soccer and hockey. Sweet. Score goal units, demolish the opposing team. American football players tackle. Soccer players steal. Roller derby players skate. And everybody dunks. Battle for control of baseballs, basketballs, bowling balls, tennis balls, and more. It's a 3-on-3 game and you gotta watch out for banana peels, streaking fans, and zambonis. And the opposing team. So it looks like a crazy, hectic sports game, and by God, it looks glorious. I mean, I haven't played it yet, so I can't really say much about it, but again, this is something you just gotta watch the trailer for. Super Slam Dunk Touchdown. Holy shit, it looks fun. Next one was Minesweeper, which, it's Minesweeper with a few bells and whistles added. If that's your thing, go for it. It's not mine, but might be cool. Barony. I do find this one interesting because it looks like it's pixely voxel based, so it's Minecraft looky thing, but it's based off of Ultima Underworld, Daggerfall, and System Shock. Ultima Underworld is one of my all-time favorite RPGs. Daggerfall, I played very little of, but didn't like it as much as Ultima Underworld, but it was still good. System Shock, I never played the original one, so I can't really talk. Combine that with the unforgiving brutality of roguelikes. Finally top everything off with cooperative multiplayer, and you have Barony. Pretty much you have to You play as a single hero or a group of adventurers if you're doing multiplayer. Descend into the depths of this evil Baron's lair, confront him, and destroy him forever. It looks pretty good. It looks like a really claustrophobic dungeon exploration game. It looks fun. It's something it hasn't been greenlit yet, unlike the other games I've mentioned, but yeah, it's something I really hope gets it. It might be cool. It might be terrible, but, for 50 cents, or however the hell much I'm paying for it, why not? Let's give it a shot. And then there are two other games that I don't really care for. Industry Transporters. Yeah, it looks like you build production chains as effectively as possible on a large scale. If that's your thing, go for it. It's not mine. Star Chronicles Delta Quadrant, sci-fi turn-based roguelike. It looked too plain for my liking. I'm not sure. It just didn't really strike a chord with me. And lastly is C. Kane. On his 18th birthday, a young media mogul begins a quest to save the world. The Earth is in the ruins, and the dark wizard Geddes rules from atop the Dark Tower in the east. With his father's sagely advice safely in his mind, Charles recruits a band of brave warriors to cleanse the world of the four deadly dungeon masters. Along the way, he may learn the truth about what destroyed this once beautiful world. This actually looks awesome. It's an RPG, but it definitely takes the idea of Citizen Kane and things like that. It's a short-form turn-based RPG, streamlines the genre back to its basics, fighting monsters, talking to people, playing dress-up. Dungeons are minimalist, graphics are monochrome, random battles are no more, bosses are numerous, a shark guides the way, and there's a hip-hop soundtrack, so it looks really cool. So this one was added as a bonus, so even if you just pick one game out of this, like say you just want Super Slam Dunk Touchdown, wait, hold on, you do have to choose two games. So say you just want Withstand and Super Slam Dunk Touchdown, you get Citizen Kane for free. For $1 for those three. So, yeah. Overall, I'd say this is a pretty good deal. And that will wrap up for this week's just look at all these bundles. It's not sure what I'm going to call this series, but I figure, I have people ask me in real life where I get all my games at, and I say, oh, well, I got it from this bundle for a crazy cheap price. And they said, hey, you should tell me when they're doing this. And so I guess I figured, hey, maybe I can do it for more people. Might be fun. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you want to hear more, I plan on doing this every Wednesday. So if you enjoyed this, hit the little subscribe button. I'll try to keep this updated. And until next time, this has been the Mayor of Gaming. Have a good one.